Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrath Maulana Qamar Uzzaman Saheb Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Tuesday, the 30th of Rabi'ul Awwal 1447, the 23rd of September 2025. Our Hazrat Wala starts off firstly speaking about the waqi'ah and the incident of Tawbah of Sayyidina Ibrahim ibn Adham rahimahullah ta'ala. And then our Hazrat Wala then just goes to the text above that, speaking about a discussion which takes place between four of the Malaika. And one of them says that if only Allah never created this creation, if Allah never created them, the jinn and the ins, Allah Ta'ala never created them. The other one goes on to say, if only when they were created, they understood why they were created, the second one. The third one says, if only when they understood why they were created, they practiced according to what they knew. They done what they had to do. And then the fourth one says, if only when they did not practice what they had to do, then they should have made tawbah from that which they had done. Now this is the conversation between the Malaika speaking about and looking at insan and jinnat. They have been created, they are supposed to be doing something, they're not doing that, and alas, they speak amongst themselves their impressions and exchanging their views. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not create the servants for themselves. He created them so that they can worship Him and they can proclaim His oneness. Wahidullah. Because you do not purchase a servant so that he can serve himself. You do not purchase a slave that he can serve himself. You purchase a slave so that he can serve you. So this particular verse is a proof against those servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who become so busy regarding their own selves instead of seeing to the haqq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They become so indulged in following their own desires rather than worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. तो सबको सुनने की ज़रूरत है, अमल करने की ज़रूरत है. So every person needs to listen. Every person needs to make amal. Where are we listening? Now Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab was a very, very great buzrug. And I know that at that time when I got married, muttafaq, he was such a great, accepted, celebrated wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and a reformer muslih. In that Ramadan when I just got married, at that time there, just few people came and sat with him. Now, this kitab, the author of it is a very, very great personality. Now, he has written well. Allah Ta'ala bless us with concern for our Islah. If we have concern for our Islah, then and our affirmation, then everything will be easy. If we have yaqeen and faith in Qiyamat, the last day, the day of resurrection, then everything will be easy. But when we don't have yaqeen in Qiyamah, then a person can do what he wants. He doesn't have yaqeen in Qiyamah. He doesn't have faith and conviction in the last day and accountability. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of taking effects from this. So Ibrahim ibn Adham, rahimahullah ta'ala, he was just mounting his conveyance, sitting on the saddle or putting his feet into the stirrups. He was leaving to go and do some hunting. At that time, he hears a voice from the unseen. Ya Ibrahim, Ali hadha khuliqta, am bihadha umirta. O Ibrahim, have you been created for this? Have you been ordered with this to do this? ثُمَّ سَمِعَ الثَّانِيَةَ. Thereafter he hears the second calling from the unseen. Ya Ibrahim, ma li hadha khuliqta, wala bihadha umirta. You have neither been created for this, nor have you been ordered to do this. So, who is this intelligent person? Who is the person who has faqahat and good understanding? فَالْفَقِيهِ مَنْ فَهِمَ سِرَّ الْإِيجَادِ فَعَمِلَ لَهُ. So समझदार वो शख्स है जो हिकमत ईजाद को समझ कर उस पर अमल करे. The intelligent person, the person who has true understanding, is the one who truly understands the secret of himself being created, and he practices accordingly. Allahu Akbar. And this is genuine understanding. This is genuine fiqh. And whoever has been given this year, he has been given a great wealth. Imam Malik rahimahullah ta'ala radiyallahu ta'ala an used to say, لَيْسَ الْفِقْهُ بِكَثْرَةِ الرِّوَايَةِ. Fiqh, jurisprudence, is not that a person knows many narrations. Rather, وَإِنَّمَا الْفِقْهُ نُورٌ يَضَعُهُ اللَّهُ فِي الْقَلْبِ. Rather, fiqh is a nur which Allah Ta'ala places in the heart. وَسَمِعْتُ شَيْخَنَا أَبَا الْعَبَّاسِ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَنْهُ. Shaykh Ibn Ata Iskandari is saying, I heard from my Ustad, my Shaykh Abu al-Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala an saying, Al-Faqihu manin faqa al-hijabu an aynay qalbihi. That the true faqih and jurist is the one from whose heart, the eyes of his heart, the hijab and the veil has been removed. Who's the true jurist? That person from whose heart the veil has been removed, and now he can actually understand truly why he has been created. So the person who understands the secret of himself being created, then he will not do anything other than spend his time in the obedience of Allah. And he will understand that Allah Ta'ala has not created him except so that he can serve Allah. And this type of understanding will actually be the reason for abstinence, his abstinence from the dunya, and his going forth towards the akhirah. It will be a means of him being careless. He will not worry much about the rights of his nafs. Rather, he would be occupied with the rights of his master Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thinking and contemplating about the akhirat, preparing for it. Now, some of them have said, لو قيل لي غدا تموت لم أجد مستزادا. When it was said to one of these saintly people that, listen, tomorrow you are going to die. If this was said to one of them, if this type of news and information was given to me, mujhe khabar di jawe that somebody has to say this to me, tu kal ko mar jawega, you're going to die tomorrow. तो अपने नफ्स में कुछ तगय्युर ना पाओ, then I will find no change in myself whatsoever. Meaning, I'm living my life with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so fully that I'm unable to even put one thing extra or one thing more, that if somebody has to tell me that you are going to die tomorrow, in my daily doings or this or that or the other, I will not be able to increase in any way whatsoever. Allahu Akbar. Kyunki akhirat ke liye to tayyar hi baitha hu. Because I am sitting, waiting, well prepared for the akhirat. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. One of these great personalities, his mother said to him, Ya bunay, O my beloved son, ma laka la ta'kulul khubz? How is it? What is it? How come I see you never ever eating bread? So he goes on to say, Ma bayna mudghil khubzi wa aklil fatit, qira'atu 50 ayatan. The time between chewing the bread and just taking some flour, putting it into my mouth and washing it down with water, there is a difference, meaning I would actually be able to recite 50 ayat of the Quran Majid. So, something that needs to be chewed on and something that doesn't need to be chewed on, there's a difference in that I will be able to recite 50 more ayat of the Quran Majid. Allahu Akbar. Now this particular one, this incident here of so much time passing, etc., this waqia, Hazrat Maulana Mohammad Ahmad Saheb used to quote to us abundantly. Now this is not some just simple or ordinary nasihat. This is something very, very great. My heart desires that I continue reading. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with His love. Bless us with this connection with Him. Bless us with true servitude and abdiyat, to become a true servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.